Hey guys, how's it going? It's X666, X Iron Maiden, and I'm excited to finally bring these guys back to the channel after a long time. This is going to be Galneryus with their song Never Again live. Alright, so from what it says here, it's Falling into the Flames of Purgatorial Flame 2020 live. So I'm going to guess that it was called Purgatorial Flame 2020 live. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get the correct name here for this live concert. But yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen these guys. Obviously with my break where I had my child. It made it so I was gone for quite a while, and we have checked these guys out a lot on the channel in the past. I think I have like 6 or 7 reactions to these guys, and I've always really enjoyed them. They're such a great band. They're such good. I can't even begin to say how good they are. You could just go back to my old reactions and you'll hear it over and over again, just like you'll probably hear it on this one. They're just very, very great sounding band together, and I'm excited to finally check them out again. So without further ado, let's jump in and do it. Nice. Okay, I'm going to pause there. I forgot just how much I really enjoy these guys. Like, they have that heavy metal sound that I'm used to hearing from a lot of bands out of the 80s, with their own little feel to it, and they just nail it every time I see them. Man, they sound so good together. This seems to be a decently well recorded live performance as well. We've checked out, most of the time I like to check out live with these guys. I find that they seem to be that also follow that format from a lot of those 80s metal bands where like there's extended parts, crowd interaction, stuff like that, and I always really enjoy seeing that. I'm really a live video guy. A lot of people say, oh, it's not the same as being there, but for me personally, I feel like it brings me even closer. I get kind of like a small amount of being there live from it. I can kind of picture it, and I get that feeling and all that, and the crowd interaction and all that just adds to the element. So I really do enjoy these live videos more, especially with these guys. I found they sound way better on the live videos compared to their albums, and this one's no exception to the other ones. It looks like they pretty much have the same live setup here as they had in the past with the other live shows we checked out, because I can remember keyboardist has a hell of a lot of keyboards. He plays pretty much all of them throughout the whole show, which is cool. But yeah, let's keep going. Man, I love that riff. I knew he was going to come in with that classical feel. Ooh. Ooh. All right, man. That was cool how they followed each other's melodies across at the end there. He nailed the solo as expected. Also, right before that, they just did the same part they did at the start. I didn't want to stop it before the solo because it was basically the same thing they did at the start. He came in with that classical sound of guitar solo, which I was completely expecting. I remember that from the past for sure. I really enjoy his guitar solos. They just sound just so good. They sound so good to my ears. I love them. One thing I've noticed that I'm not sure if I've said before, maybe because he's never looked kind of like that, but the lead singer, sorry I forget his name at this point. I used to know them, but it's been so long I haven't listened to them. I can't remember anymore. The lead singer dresses up a lot like Dio here. I don't know if Dio was ever an influence to him in any way. I know they've been around for a while and they're influenced by some of these old school bands. But just the way that shirt he has and the pants, he reminds me of like Dio when Dio got a bit older. He's even like kind of getting older. He's getting a little bit older because if I remember correctly, these guys are been around for a while. And he even has he's really skinny like Dio was at the end too, man. He just reminds me of him, not vocally. They have different vocal styles, but just the look. I just happened to notice that right there. I'm also kind of sad that I don't have the option for closed caption on this one, so I can get the lyrics in English because I do like to follow. I do like to have the lyrics on screen. Sometimes I'll miss some of the lyrics because I'm trying to pay attention to both. But this way, I do get to focus on just the music, even if I don't know what's going on lyrically, which is also a great way to experience the song. So, not the worst thing in the world. So let's continue. I love that organ. Yeah. You could see him following the with his voice. All right. That was Never Again by Galneryus. Oh man, I miss listening to these guys. I did have the lyrics in English, but I would have had to not watch the video. It's in the bottom here. But just looking them over real quick. Yeah, even just going over it real quick, it's... I can't really completely tell what it is without going like really and paying attention to it, and I don't want to get too into it since we didn't go through the lyrics anyway during the song. But yeah, I love how these guys just bring such an old school sound, but it's like a mixture of things. Like it's stuff that I feel like I haven't heard a band here in North America, and yes, I'm going to compare it to North America because that's what I'm used to hearing. Since I've started this channel, this is the first time I've really gotten to hear a lot of stuff from Japan. Besides, X-Japan was really big at the time when I was in high school to a certain degree. So that's going back probably 15 years ago. They were big enough to the point where I had heard a couple of their songs then, and I had never heard anything else really much from Japan on a serious note of sitting down and listening to until I did this channel. So comparing it to North America is the only thing I have, unfortunately. And it's unfortunate because I hate to do that because it makes it feel like I'm comparing Japan to North America, but I'm not trying to do that. It's more of just what I'm used to. So they bring in a lot of elements, I find. His vocals would fit perfect in a lot of thrash metal bands. He just hits those type of notes, some of those 80s thrash metal bands that had the high vocals, the high-pitched vocals. He would fit perfect in there. But then they also have this guitarist that brings in a lot of straight up heavy metal, but he has that classical influence that he throws in as well, which I find just sounds so amazing. Drummer just always kills it. He holds that whole beat in every time. The bassist as well. Same thing. I find they're so good at just keeping everything timed in. That's what, at least on this song, I've heard them do some other stuff before as well. But on this song, is the one we're talking about now. They're just so good at keeping it all locked in. And the keyboardist, I love that he has multiple different keyboards, because in here you heard electric organ, you heard keyboards, two different types of keyboards playing different sounds, and it's just really nice when you're mixing in through the different parts of a track that's just over 7.5 minutes. He brings in a lot of different elements. As I was saying near the end of the song there, I finally noticed that there was an electric organ going over the chorus, I think it was. And I hadn't heard that at the start, but I was starting to get used to it, so I was starting to listen for extra stuff, and it's just nice to hear that element thrown in, and it shows how much they enjoy that, a lot of old school sounding stuff, and it's just cool, man. I find they're just like a perfect representation of like the 80s heavy metal band. Just they did that over in Japan. That's the only difference, basically, and they're amazing at it, and I love it. I love it. And I can't wait to check out some more from these. I'm actually. You guys, let me know. Is this a new song, or is this an older song just happening performed live here? Because the information isn't completely straightforward. I know someone requested this song specifically. Just fill me in a little bit. Was this a newer song, or was this one of their older tracks that they just performed live in last year? So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed checking these guys out with me. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to see whenever I drop a new video. And as always, you guys have a good one, and I will catch you later.